Good morning, South Florida. Hello, world. I'm Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, certified tax coach, coming to you live from the beautiful studios of the Henderson Financial Group Studios. Yes, we have our own studio, and we're recording here live on Facebook. And joining me here live on Facebook is my fantastic, wonderful sister-in-law, vice president of the Henderson Financial Group, chairman of some kind of women's organization somewhere. All right.
Okay, all right.
Lynda V. Harris. How you doing, sister-in-law?
I am doing well.
I love those earrings.
You like my tassel
Oh,
fire
man.
engine red
Is that
earrings?
what it is? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
You know what I realized since I have been shut down from all of my events and Soul Basel and holiday galas and get-togethers, I have, this is my outlet.
Oh,
To put on red lipstick, to put on red tassel earrings, to put on something fluttery. This allows me to do it, and it keeps my mojo
keep your
up.
sanctity,
when I look a certain way, I can go kick butt. You know, girls rule the world.
I love that. Play dress up on Facebook. I love that. Oh, keep your sanctity, huh?
It's just me, and it
really is you.
it's me.
It
and
really
I,
is you.
Yeah, so
I
this
love
is my
that ring.
outlet.
Look at that ring you got
Thank
on.
you very,
Oh
very
my
much.
God! Look at you, man. You are really keeping your sanctity, aren't you?
I am, and I will not apologize for it. So,
Well, great.
Excuse me for dressing up 8 a.m.
Yes. But listen, we got a great show lined up for you today. This is an educational show, Educational Saturdays. Today we're going to talk about the powers of this thing called a self-directed solo 401k. Now, I talked about maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago on Tavares and Hyacinth's show, but I didn't talk, and we got a lot of calls. We got so many calls, people wanted to get more on it, so I decided to do a rerun on Lynda and I's show.
Okay.
So today we're going to talk about the powers and what you can use and the advantages of using a self-directed solo 401k.
Okay.
But before we go into that, Lynda and I was talking before we hit the button for Facebook Live, and we were talking about, Lynda, what were we talking about?
Forgiving yourself.
Forgiving yourself. Yeah, forgiving yourself.
Forgiving yourself. You know, I've run into lately as we're coming to the end of this horrible year. And a lot of people
challenging
very
year.
challenging.
Yes.
And a lot of people was finna gonna sooner and almost ready to hit it and set things up and planted seeds, and then we had COVID. And so I don't want you to shut down. If you made a mistake, forgive yourself, learn from it, move up, and get going. I've made mistakes, financial mistakes. This is a financial show. And
Yeah, we
I've
don't wanna hear
learned
about the
from
mother
it. Now,
mistakes.
sometimes no, we're
We don't
talking about
wanna hear
the
about
mother
mother
mistake.
mistakes.
No, 2 marriages, so I digress. If you miss that up market, it's okay. You got to stay in the game.
It'll come again.
If you're not prepared to take advantage of these historically low interest rates, it's okay.
Yeah.
Forgive yourself.
20 years
If
from now.
you missed the housing decline and wasn't ready to go in and swoop up and buy properties during the housing bust, it's okay. Don't just shut down. Don't just say, yeah, well, I remember when we don't want to hear back when you finna gonna sue and when you had it going on. You got it going on now. It's okay if you made a mistake. Forgive yourself. Don't let it happen again. You get to make new mistakes, not the same one. And stop getting depressed and just saying forget it. Don't quit. Don't quit if you've made mistakes, especially financially.
So what, do you hear this a lot around the circle that you're in, that people regret a lot?
They get the bad credit and they just leave it. Just like it took time to get bad, it'll take time to get better. But don't give up. You know what I mean? Pay it off, find a way, ask questions, get it together. Get it together because you get a do-over.
Yes.
As long as you have your mental strength and your physical strength, most importantly mental, you get a do-over. It's okay. You know how many times I've made mistakes? I got an 8th grade picture that I wish I never would have taken that my sisters threatened me with every family gathering.
What do you mean she threatened you? She threatened
To show it. She threatens to put it on social media.
Well, it does the like little rascal thing, like a little rascal.
I don't have to go in therapy for that. It's okay if you make a mistake. You don't shut down and get depressed and self-medicate. and I'm saying this because I know this has been a challenging year, but it's okay. Get up and get going. If you missed that deal, or if you forgot to submit that RFA, it's okay. You get another chance. Learn from it. Don't self-medicate. Don't shut down. Don't say, oh, well, I forget it. I'm just going to go to work and never try to be all I can be. Never set up that business like we talked about. Never invest again. Forgive yourself. That's all I got to say.
I mean, well, we're going into another year, but it won't be a new year unless it's a new you.
Yeah. You haven't failed unless you give up.
And the COVID is still going to be around probably for another year, this whole coronavirus. And, just because it's a new year, that's just calendar, but it has to be a new you. So, I mean, and a lot of us say you'll be glad when this year is over. We don't really know what 2021 holds. I mean, because I remember in 2019, everyone was saying, oh my God, it's 2020. And we just didn't know, So you just have to be prepared. And whatever life gives you, you just got to make the best of it, Life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Well, going into 2021, what we will know is what we've been through now. And so hopefully let's learn from it. Let's learn how to party differently. Let's learn how to socially distance. I've seen some bad masks now. It's no longer the surgical hospital mask, so that's a whole new industry. We've learned different things because we've gone through 9 months of this COVID.
But when you say forgiveness, because you think that a lot of people have just given up.
They give up.
What you mean? They're sitting on a milk crate
and break like a potato chip.
So you're witnessing, you're seeing that people just have given up. They're just done. They just pull up a milk crate and sitting under a tree drinking a beer or something.
Some people's income has been cut in half.
Right.
And so their credit is taking a hit. They pull money out of their investment account. They've had to do things that they thought they never would have to do. They can't even find a second or third job, so they're gigging the gig economy. It's okay, hang in there. A lot of things are out of our control, but what is in your control is you giving up. Don't give up. And if you have made a mistake and maybe took that early withdrawal and now you got a 10% penalty plus ordinary income tax, it's okay. Just go harder. Just go harder. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if you're doing that, that means that if you didn't call us.
You didn't call us.
Because since March 27th of 2020, believe it or not, a bipartisan agreement with Congress, they came together and they passed a thing called the CARES Act, where you can take out up to $100,000 from your retirement account. Now, if you not get hit. And not get hit at all. I mean, you avoid the penalty. And the taxes, instead of paying the taxes next year, they spread the taxes out over 3 years. That's pretty good.
That's pretty darn good.
We've been helping a whole lot of people do that. And I want you to think about that. If you don't know if that's a good idea or how to do that, all you have to do is call our office at 305-825-1444, and we'll show you how to do that. You can actually pull money out, especially if you're feeling depressed or money is tight. And God knows they're not going to give us a stimulus check, this year, 2020. But you can help yourself. You have right up until December 31st to take that withdrawal up to $100,000. Now, if you got $500,000, $1 million in your retirement account, you can only limit it to $100,000. But you right up until December 31st.
Don't go down with the ship.
You can pull your money out.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how to do it, all you got to do is call out our office. We'll show you. We'll jump on the phone with you, as a matter of fact, and talk to your employer, because we know the exact terminology, what to ask for and how to do it. And when you do that, we'll set up an account for you to help you to manage that money, okay?
Everybody watching us on Facebook, please hit your share button on your Facebook page so that you can share this show. Good morning, Miss Redhead. Good morning, Misty Brown. Thank you so much. June Danny, hello. Joanne Jackson Witherspoon, Lenore Vasquez, good morning. Thank you. Again, forgive yourself, especially women. Denise, hey, Larissa, Ward. How you doing? Tracy, good morning, lady.
Yes.
My girl, Tracy.
Got Denise Ward, Tracy. We got June. Hey, you got Tracy Tompkin. Okay. Home style. Homeboy there. Okay. We We got Dorothy.
Hey, Devaney. Happy Saturday to you too, lady.
Dorothy Davis George Henderson. All right. Devaney and Teresa Miller. Oh, Tara. How you doing, Tara? I've been knowing Tara for a long time. And we went to
Don
Morocco.
Patterson, your past doesn't equal your future. Amen.
Oh, Tony Robbins. Okay, I like that. Who else we have here? Miss Crump. All right, Crump. You know, Larissa, I'm so glad Larissa Humphrey, I mean, she's the best. You know, she's a certified tax coach. And I became a certified tax coach after reading her book and finding out, because the more money I was making, the CPA that I had for 15 years, the more money I made, the more I paid in taxes. And I said, I know something is not right. And, you know, I'm going to tell you something.
You didn't just fold like a deck of cards. You
No.
like, no.
Well, life, no. and this lady, a CPA, and she's been doing it for a long time. And I kept making more money. I'm like, Robert Henderson, you know, you're going to keep learning and making more money. Every year I made more money. Every year I paid more in taxes.
So it wasn't in your hand, the money you were making. A lot of it was just going
Yeah.
to that uncle.
Yeah. It's okay, Rob, you got to pay $300,000 a year this year in taxes, you know? Okay, Rob, you got to pay $400,000 a year in taxes. And I'm like, hold on now. I'm not a tax person, but this cannot be right. Because think about this. If the people in Congress, they're all rich now, and you have McDonald's and all these corporations, Walmart, Microsoft, Apple, they're making billions of dollars, and they ain't paying no taxes. So how little old Robert Henderson is working and learning, why I keep paying this money, you know? And she said, that's the way it is. Man, I tell you, you know, there's something about universal law. If you ask, seek, and knock, the door shall be open. Now, you have to really in your heart, and it has to be on your mind, in your subconscious. Like, no, I know there's a better way. I promise you, it is impossible not to find. I'm going to say it again. Whether you believe me, this has nothing to do with no religion. This is a fact. If you are thinking about something, it's on your mind, and you're trying to say, oh my God, I got to find this. This is not right. The answer will come. But you have to be seeking. You have to keep your eye. Now, listen, this law, what I'm telling you, if you seeking trouble, you can find trouble. It's like Homer. Every city he go to, you talking about you want to move out of Miami, you want to go somewhere else. If you ain't doing nothing in Miami, you go somewhere else, you ain't going to be doing nothing. If you always get into trouble here, you going to get in trouble there. You have got to change you. So whatever you seeking, I promise you, you will find, whether it's good or bad. Okay? Now, I was in another CPA's office. This guy was giving me a referral. And I came to his office, and I looked on the corner of his desk, and I seen this book, How the Rich and the Famous Pay Little or No Taxes. And he was on the phone.
That book?
While he was on the phone, I said, hey, I'm going to look at this book. I picked that book up, and I fanned through that book, and it's all these strategies and stuff. And then I seen the only black woman in there from Atlanta. And I said, she looked like my sister. She looked like she's approaching.
That's what made you call Larissa.
Because she has this look, and then when I called her, I read a chapter, and then when I called her, I said, hold on. Is this just some advertisement, some book or whatever? But what I did was, first of all, when I was in the CPA's office, he was giving me a referral. I picked that book up, I fanned through it, and I looked at it, and then I put it down. I memorized the title of the book.
Gotcha.
When I left his office, I got in the car. I went to Amazon.
Okay.
I went to Amazon with the title. I ordered that book next day.
Gotcha.
With my Prime.
With your Prime.
When it came, oh my God, I read that book from cover to cover. And when I read it, I called Larissa. And I said, hey, it's Robert Henderson. I'm so and so and so. I'm certified financial planner. And is this true in this book?
Right.
And she says, yes. And I said, hold on. And I know people be lying just for trying to get.
Absolutely. Trying to get you to call and get clients and sell you something.
They always lying, you know? You know, how to make your hair grow. It's a whole lot of them. You know what I mean? They lie. Forget it. You know, get a lace front or just go do what I do. Just don't wash your hair every day, okay? But she said, no, they wasn't lying. And the way Larissa breaks things down and talk to you, she's not trying to talk over your head. She's going to be common sense, and she's going to say, listen, you got to listen to me. So she told me they weren't lying. And I said, how do I know more about this? Because I'm a trust but verified.
Absolutely.
I trust you, but I got to
Absolutely.
verify it, right?
Absolutely.
So I paid the money. It was a lot of money to get the course. I went online, ordered the books, so you can do self-study. But then after you do the self-study, you have to take the course. And you have to fly to San Diego.
Gotcha.
I flew to San Diego 4 days. Man, I was on these spot. I was the blackest person in that whole room. I didn't care. I didn't care if everybody in there was blue or green. I was on the hunt. I was seeking because I'm thinking like I'm trying to make more money. I can't be giving my money away legally, and I'm black as I am. I cannot be doing nothing in no gray areas because white people can get away with it, but be black, oh no, we can't get away with it. You know, they can run a yellow light because their cousins are the judge. We run a yellow light, they're giving us a ticket, so we can't do it. So I said I ain't messing around with these people. I need to know this. I need to know whatever we say, whatever you say, I need to know it's on page 200 or page 700 or page 1500 in the tax code. So I took that course. I finished it. I passed. Came back, called her up, told her I took this course. But I'm not an accountant.
Right.
I don't have time to do an accountant. I know what I want to do. Larissa's been doing this over 30 years.
Gotcha.
Come to find out, she done wrote all kind of books. And I said, listen, I told Larissa, I said, you know what? I've been looking for you all my life. I sound like, who's that on Color Purple? I've been looking for you all my life. And she laughed. Let me tell you something. Larissa, a certified tax coach, I know what she does. I can explain it. When I look at your tax, that's when clients come in, I can look at their taxes and say, no, missed opportunities, mistakes, But I don't have time to do that because I can't be the owner of the Henderson Financial Group, wait the tables, do the cashier, wash the dishes, cook the food. That's a fool. You have to delegate. You have to have people like Lynda working on our development strategies that we're doing, you know. We have to have Tavares, Heisey, Antonio, Jasmine, Charles. You need a team. So I said, Larissa, what I'm going to do, you're going to do all my personal corporate taxes, and you're going to do all of my family taxes, everybody. And ever since then, I ain't paid no taxes. Let me tell you something. I knew it.
You knew it.
Larissa said, this is what it's going to cost. I said, okay. But this is how much you're going to save. Okay. So if she says she's going to save me $300,000 and I ain't got to send Uncle Sam, but I got to give her, $20,000, is that a deal?
I think so.
Because without her, I got to give them people $300,000.
Right.
But she said, okay, give me 20. I'll give you a tip. I'm going to give you 25. So you have to be of that mindset to understand and to get and seek good help. My point is, if you're feeling bad about something, you have to ask, you have to seek, and you have to knock. Now, if you just asking in your circles, because you're probably the smartest one in your circle, especially if you're watching us here, you can't even get your friends to watch. They're too busy sleeping. You sleep when you're dead. Right now, it's showtime. You have got to be all you could be, okay? And you have there's no mistakes. You can't talk about your daddy this, your mama this. You ain't get this. Nobody taught you this. No, we're teaching you now. We're telling you. That's why you have to tune in. There is no excuse, okay?
Yeah, don't shut down. Just don't shut down. And, as I'm listening to you, Robert, and how you just wouldn't settle for just paying Uncle Sam all your money, and I'm thinking, wow, that was a lot. He did a lot. Oh my, he went and he flew to San Diego. Then he took the class. Then he got the book. What? That's what it takes. And I can hear a lot of people saying, they're exhausted just from listening to your story. They just shut down, and we don't want you to shut down. We really don't. Take a deep breath. Again, it's been a very challenging year, but you can do it. You can do it. Just don't go into a depression. Don't shut down whatever situation.
But you got to seek.
You have to.
Let me tell you something. There is no problem that there's not a solution.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it again.
Yeah.
The creator of the heavens and the earth. There is no problem that there's not a solution. I'm telling you now.
With the check.
95% of all your problems.
All of them?
All of them. 95.
That's a high number.
95% of whatever we going through.
Hey,
95% of all your problems can be solved if you can write a check.
Okay.
Now, the 5% you can't.
Right.
5% is like health. You know, you got stage 4, it's cancer. You know, come on, you can't do anything about that. But most, if you think about, I challenge you all to think about, if you had the money, 95%. Oh, the roof leaking? No problem. Have Herman come over, write a check.
Yeah.
Car broke down? Oh, no problem. All right, all right. You hungry? Oh, order. Go get some food. Have personal chef.
You know, since that is so true, and since I started really not only thinking it, but just knowing it and believing it with all my heart, very often I'm having things done and built and apartments, you know, redone, and I get that call. Miss Harris, this is the GC. Hey, we got a big problem. I don't take it the same way. It doesn't punch me the same way. I just laugh and go, there's no such thing as a problem.
Right.
There's a solution. You just told me we got a problem. Now tell me the solution.
Yes.
Oh, Miss Harris, ooh, big problem. Ooh, Miss Harris, ooh, we got a big problem. No, we don't.
What do we have to do?
No, we don't. First of all, don't come at me like that.
Right.
It used to punch me. Oh, Lord, what now? Oh, Lord. Now? What is it?
What is
There's
it?
no such thing. How much will it cost?
Right. That's true.
No, it's so true. So I look at it differently, and it doesn't devastate me.
But you can't eat all your nuts. I mean, you know, you can't live paycheck to paycheck. You can't just, you know, eat all your nuts. In other words, your nuts, i.e., is your money. You just can't spend your money frivolously on stuff that fades and change and fade away. You just can't. You know, you have to be a good steward, and you got to be a forward thinker. Yeah. Because like I've always said, life is not a snapshot. Life is a movie. This picture will change. Even where we are right now, we're not going to stay stagnant. So don't slit your throat and do anything like that. This scene will change. Before you know it, we'll be 10 years from here. Okay, 10 years. I mean, next year, 5 years. 10 years for me go by like a blink now.
Yeah.
It used to be like an eternity when you was much younger.
Yeah.
But as you know, time is really speeding up. I've been saying that for the last 20 years. I think the universe is really speeding up. Before you know it, you know, you haven't done nothing. As a matter of fact, when Lynda pulled up to the office, and she heard me jamming in the car, I was listening to Stevie Wonder. Y'all should check that out. You haven't done nothing. Go to YouTube. That is so appropriate. You have to ask yourself, have you done anything? You haven't done nothing. Stevie Wonder, I think he did it in 1974
Don't stress people out. You know, sometimes.
I know. I want people to say, okay, listen, let me get up, let me do
You have done
it.
something, and don't, you haven't done nothing, and now you're depressed, and now you're self-medicating.
It's time for you to do something. Let me see. We got Erica Owens. How you doing, Erica? Oh, there go Aaron Harris. We got Kim Bryan.
Hey there, Craig Raines.
All right.
Hey there, Aerotech Pest Control, the best.
All right. Oh, you know him?
Yes.
Oh, good. Pest control guy.
He does all of our buildings.
Oh, he does our building?
Yes, he does.
Oh, how you doing, brother? Keep those roaches and those rats out. Oh, so I haven't even met him, but you know him? He's part of the team. So that's Larissa, part of the team. Do your taxes, strategy. Yes, I like it, Craig.
Bryan owns Little Greenhouse Grill.
Oh, yeah?
In Overtown, absolutely. That's the one that Oprah went to, so congratulations.
That's Kareem?
Yeah.
Okay, I got to check that out.
You got to.
Okay. Do you do like orders? Because I'm not sitting
Absolutely.
down nowhere, you know?
Yeah, they do orders for sure.
Okay, good. All right. So let's get into the show.
Okay.
You know, I want to talk about this self-directed solo 401k because we got a lot of calls. I did it on Tavares and Heisey show a few weeks ago, and we got so many calls. So I want to simplify. A lot of times, you have to hear things over and over, although you can go back and look at these shows on Facebook eternity. Right. But I want to break it down to you again because maybe I didn't say something clear to you. You didn't get it. A lot of times we have to hear things over and over. Me, myself, let me tell you something. People say, Robert, I bet in school you was so smart, A student. No. I didn't read a book. I was smart enough to listen to the teacher, not the funk. I never made an F because I had common sense. But no, I'm the type of person I have to hear something over and over and over and over and over until it becomes part of me. I have to swallow it, drink up the blood, drink up the knowledge, and because I can just spit it out. That's how y'all know these songs, these music, but we just do repetition on the wrong thing. A lot of y'all going the wrong way and keep doing it the wrong way because you've been doing it over and over that way. When you want to learn something, you have to hear it and keep going over it so it can be repetitions to you so it can sit inside of your subconscious mind. Once it gets in your subconscious mind, which is like a tape recorder, it becomes, second nature to you. So I'm going to repeat this, what a solo 401k is.
And we got about 5 business owners on this feed, so you guys listen.
Okay.
This is for you.
So especially if you're self-employed or even if you work for the man or the woman, city, county, federal government or whatever. You should always have yourself a little hustle on the side. But if you didn't get a chance to have a hustle on the side. When you get ready to retire and get that lump sum, okay, then rather than pay 20% and then take the tax, you don't have to do that. No, the rich, they don't do that. You don't pay 20%. What you do is you do a rollover. So you take your pile of money and say, no, I'm coming to the Henderson Financial Group. They're going to show me how to roll this over with. Not tax at all. My retirement is not taxed. So you call us. We'll get on the phone with you and your employer. And then we'll set up the rollover. We'll roll it over to an account. Now, once you roll over to an IRA account, that's just the landing page. Then what we'll do, we'll set up what we call a self-directed solo 401k.
All right, so stop there. You just said a whole lot. What's the name of this self-directed 401k?
It's called a self-directed. There's many companies. There's companies out there
Can
that
I name it Lynda V. Harris self-directed?
Oh, you saying who put the paperwork together?
Yeah.
Or your own?
I'm taking it from Fidelity, because that's who my employer had, and I quit, and I'm starting my own thing, and it's going into Lynda's.
Okay, so Lynda's Fashion.
Can I name it that?
Yes.
Okay.
But
I
that's
hear the people asking.
But that's your business.
Okay.
So in other words, you can come up with a business. You don't have to have a business before. You can come up and say, hey, I'm going to retire.
Okay.
Or I'm self-employed. I'm
Okay.
Mr. Willie the Lawn Man. Or I'm Tracy and I have a restaurant.
Okay.
Or I'm, Sandra and I do a lot of real estate. I have 3 properties.
All right.
So if you have 3 properties, you can set up an LLC. We'll show you how to do that. You can call
Pretty Girl
Arissa.
Properties. So Pretty Girl Properties.
Okay, Pretty Girl Properties. You can have 1 property or 2 properties.
Right.
You can have 1 duplex or 1 house that you rent out. And you can take your lump sum.
Pretty Girl Properties.
Not paying any
401k,
taxes.
Not paying any taxes, and roll it over to my own.
That's right. Okay,
right.
so you're going to set up your company.
Okay.
And then you're going to call Fidelity or Vanguard or whoever it is, the state, Florida State.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to say, hey, you don't have to do it yourself, okay, first of all.
Yeah.
You don't have
Get
to
the
do it
experts.
yourself. Call us.
Call
We've been
us.
doing this for 30 years.
305-825-1444.
We'll be on the phone with you because they're not going to give us information because so much fraud is out there. So we need to have you on the phone so you can give them your Social Security number. They're going to check you out, make sure that you pass the test, identity test, and then they're going to talk. Then I'm going to say, hey, I'm Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner. How you doing, Mr. FRS?
They're going to say, do I have permission to talk to Mr. Robert Henderson
That's
Jr.?
right.
You're going to be on the phone and say yes. And then we know the language.
We just did this at UPS. A guy been working at UPS. We just did it for somebody who works for FedEx. Okay, so Coca-Cola, whatever. It's a lot of employees. When you get ready to leave, you can take your money. You don't have to leave it there, NACO or deferred comp. You don't have to leave it in deferred comp and let them handle your money. You can say, listen, I'm going to handle my own money, and I'm going to take it to a certified financial planning firm like Henderson. They've been around 30 years, and they're going to help me, run this thing and figure this thing out. And that's what we do.
Absolutely.
Okay? So now, you come up with, what's the name of your Lynda's
Pretty Girl
Fashion?
Properties.
Okay, Pretty Girl Property. That's because you got 1 property. You're working for the man, but you got 1 duplex on the side or a house. You still can take your lump sum, roll it over with no taxes, no 20%, no taxes, and we're going to start a Pretty Girl Properties solo 401k.
Love it.
Now, how do you do that? We got a company. There's several companies that do them out there, okay? But we have a company that we work. We don't get any kickbacks, no referral fees, none of that. We just like the way how efficient
They
they
treat
are.
our customers.
That's right. And how they walk you through.
Right.
So they're going to set the trust up for you. You can get a solo 401k from anywhere from, I don't know, $500 to, $900, some of them $300. But you get what you pay for. So if you go on the internet and start trying to research, I don't know those people. I know the people who I've been dealing with. I know them, okay? And I know how good they are.
And
So
they know us, more importantly.
That's
and when
right.
we get on the phone, right away, we don't hold.
That's
they
right.
take care of us and our clients.
They just do the paperwork, okay?
Yes.
They just do the paperwork. In other words, they set up the EIN number for the IRS, and they set up the trust for you. And then they send you a big binder that has Pretty Girl, what? Properties?
Pretty Girl Properties.
Okay, your name in there, your EIN, just everything is like done for you,
Right.
okay? For that little fee.
Right.
That's it. Now, once they set it up, then in there it'll say, okay, if you have this solo 401k self-directed, now you become the HR department of Pretty Girls.
Pretty Girl Properties.
Now, let's say you rolled over and you got $300,000.
Okay.
Well, you might have $50,000, whatever. It depends. You might have $1 million, but now you didn't pay any taxes, and when you roll it over, if you had, whatever. So it's cash. So now you said you want to still want to buy some Tesla, or you want to buy some Netflix. We can do that. You want to buy some mutual funds.
Now it's in Pretty Girl Properties. Who's the administrator? Who's
You are
controlling? Who's
Pretty Girl.
calling the shot?
Pretty girl.
Pretty Girl Properties.
That's right.
All right.
And she still haven't paid any taxes.
And
Okay.
she can buy more duplexes.
She can buy more
She can
duplexes.
buy securities or
She can buy
stock
cryptocurrency.
in Pretty Girl Properties, self-directed 401k.
She could be a hard money lender where she can lend money to Bobo at 15%.
People that want to flip property.
That's right.
She'll take it out of Pretty Girl Properties, of course, the paperwork.
Right.
And now the profit she makes
Goes back into Pretty Girl.
into Pretty Girl Properties.
That's right.
Solo 401k.
That's right.
Self-directed.
That's right. And you run it, you calling your shots. And then you can buy land,
Mm-hmm.
you can flip, you can do whatever you want to do. And guess what? You pay no taxes.
And you
Then all of a
control
sudden
it.
you say, hey, you know what? Pretty Girl need $50,000 loan.
Okay.
Normally,
Girl saw something else she want.
right.
Okay.
And she wants to get a loan from her
Her own
self-directed.
self-directed.
She ain't got to call Mr. Willie. She ain't got-
Taxes?
no taxes.
What?
$50,000. She can go pay off her bills or go to a casino if she want to. Or she can borrow $50,000 and go flip some property and put it in her pocket and pay no taxes. Well,
It wouldn't trigger a tax activity if she has a certain time to
Because-
put it back.
5 years.
Oh.
5 years you can juggle that
pretty
money.
girl.
And guess what? If you have a wife, both of y'all can do it. So you can roll your solo 401k money over there, and she can and have one solo 401k paying one administrative fee. You are the HR person, and both of y'all can $50,000 loan for you, $50,000 loan for you, pay off bills.
Oh, so
whatever
she
you wanna
just
do.
turned 50 and she wants that Porsche.
Well, I would talk her out of that Porsche.
All right, all right.
I
Too
would talk
much,
her out
too
of that.
much, too much.
That's stuff that fade away. We need to build assets. We need to start building legacy. Because let me tell you something. The name of the game, ultimately, this is what all of us are after. Ultimately, we hustle and bustle.
Grind, grind, grind.
We're like squirrels gathering our nuts. We're going out there in the cold, in the wind. And we have to do it at a certain time because when wintertime comes and the snow, i.e. retirement, the grizzly bears are there. And they're going to be looking for us as food. It's going to be hard for us to find our
We're not
nuts.
going out there anymore.
No.
I know I can't work at a certain
But if
age.
you ate all your nuts, you don't have any nuts in the tree
that
where
mean I
you can
got
be
to go
warm.
out
You
there.
got to go out there, and it's risky. You're going to be a Walmart greeter and your knees hurt,
They're not going to
arthritis.
pay me right. They're
No.
going to disrespect my
Oh
old
my
butt.
God, you're going to feel so
I feel
bad.
so bad.
And then you might have to go to a home and put you somewhere. But if you, while you're young,
Well, you got Pretty Girl Properties.
while you got a solo 401k, you can do a whole lot with that. Oh my God. I can't.
We got a good question on there. Check
we
this
do?
out. Tracy Cabinet says, can you start from scratch with a self-directed solo 401k? No rollover. Let's say you ate all your nuts.
Right,
You starting over.
right.
You got a business. You don't have money to roll over. Can you just start from zero and start depositing into it?
Glad you asked.
Good
that,
question.
That was a good question.
That was a good question.
That was a good question. Because Tracy like, hey, forget all that.
Right.
I ain't even work for the man and woman.
Right,
I ain't
right,
got no
right,
big
right,
lump
right,
sum.
right.
I'm my own. I'm going to create my own seed.
ready.
Yes, you can. That was a great question. Okay, so let's say that you ate all your nuts and now you're 50 years old or 60 years old, whatever it is.
Got
But you
divorced twice.
Okay, you got divorced twice. The kids, you try to do, you tried to raise your kids, but they got grown. They told you, I'm grown now.
Yeah.
So now you said, okay, you're 60 years old or 50, whatever. Now you have to work because you have to take care because you figured out now you're not
Forgive
getting
yourself. Let's go.
You haven't you're not getting inheritance. Okay, now you can start. So now you got some property or now you have some money. You got a little business. You can take for 2020 $19,500 and put away and take it out of the tax equation. So let's say you make $30,000 that year. You
Okay.
can take $19,500 and put it into your solo 401k, and Uncle Sam won't tax you
So you're not going to be taxed on that 19.5
because you put it away.
'Cause you put it away.
Right. And if you're 50 years old, you can do $6,500 catch up because the government knows you started late.
Yes, you can start from scratch.
That's
yeah.
26,000 that you up to 26,000 you can start from scratch. But if you don't have that, put in 5,000.
But
You know, put in
do
what?
something.
Right.
Forgive yourself. It's okay. Don't shut down. Start over. Get this information. Give us a call, 305-825-1444. Let's go. Let's do it.
Now, why would you set up for Tracy? Why would you set up a self-directed solo 401k rather than set up an IRA? Okay, an IRA is like junior varsity on a varsity team. it's limited. You know what I mean? Nobody come watch their games. All right. Nobody watch the JV games. As a matter of fact, they have them 3 o'clock in the
that's not
daytime.
nice.
You know,
Don't
you have to
say
be a
that.
varsity where crowds there, big. You know what I mean? That's okay. So, IRA is like I said, it's the little stuff, like having a 22 caliber. You want to go to war and you got a 22. Okay. Well, people can relate to this. They know. All right. I can relate to this. She said not guns.
Not
You better have something. You better have something for protection. I don't know about you. AK-47, AR-15. Okay. IRA is small potatoes. It don't give you a lot of options. So even if you have $5,000, you still can set up a solo 401k. Even if you have $2,000, you can set up a solo 401k. But for the whole year, you can put in up to $19,500, and if you're 50 and over, you can put up an extra $6,500. And if you have any profits in your business, then you can take that profit and you can put it into your solo 401k. And you can keep building that up, And you can self-direct it. Man, I tell you, you can hustle that money and juggle that money and build it up and not pay any taxes.
So, I read that the top 3 reasons that businesses don't do this, that they don't set up solo 401ks. They think it's too complicated, just too much. That's why you call us. It may sound complicated. It may, you got to get the paperwork. Give us a call, 305-825-1444. Second reason, I'll get to it. Everything's going great right now. I got to pay my employees. I'll get to it. And they kick the can down the line. And now you've been a business owner 10 years with nothing to show for it. You have to get started. And C, I can't afford it. Oh, yes, you can't afford not to. So I don't care how much you're making, like Robert said, you're paying your employees, you're paying the maintenance man, you're paying the taxes. You got to pay yourself.
Yes.
You have to pay yourself.
Yes. Terry Green, how you doing, cousin Terry out of Ohio? Well, I tell you, Ohio about as worse as Florida when it comes to voting and stuff. But how you doing, cuz? She's a little different, though. Okay, so Mr. Crump says, so where in all of this do you pay taxes on the initial 401k? Okay, all right, so that's a good question, too.
That's a good question.
Because the government needs taxes, because they're over $27 trillion in debt right now, and it's getting, so we know.
And what he's saying is you're not going to get away with it.
No. But
that's what he's saying. But,
well, let me tell you,
let's boy, you
can kick the can on down the road, kick it on down the road. And let me tell you something. When you set up a solo 401k, the rules are different. You don't have to wait until you're 59 and a half. You can do it at 55. And you take the money out and you pay ordinary income taxes. Okay? But let me tell you something. If you put it in real estate and you're getting income and you're getting rentals, then what you do is you put the money back into the account, and now your money is growing. And when you're 55, you just start taking it out, just like Social Security is taxable, regular taxes. Yeah. But if you go to Larissa, I'm telling you, she gonna get that tax down probably next to nothing. You may pay 2% of it in taxes. But you just gotta know. There's always.
You're giving your kids money anyway. Maybe you can put them on a payroll.
Oh, it's a lot.
It's so many strategies. You kick it down the line and you minimize. We're not saying anything illegal.
Right.
We're just telling you how to strategize.
As a matter of fact, I'm glad you said that, because you can have a self-direct. You can have 2 properties and have them own, or have it in your self-directed solo 401k. And then your little Johnny or your child going to college, you can say, listen, you're going to cut the yard and you're going to be the manager. And I'm going to pay you $1,000, and you can pay, you can pay them. And that's, you don't have to pay tax on that. It's so, listen, it is so.
I know.
Let me tell you something. The strategy is endless. But most of us, 95% of us, we don't get to hear this, because this what we're talking about is advanced strategy. And the masses, let me tell you, Congress think the masses are like children. You don't know, you don't understand, but they feel you don't really want to know, because statistical data say how many of y'all getting drunk, how many of y'all weeded up every day, how many of y'all they got data,
Hennessy, how many of y'all smoke weed.
They got they got data on what y'all doing, how many hours of TV,
behavioral finance.
They know that you don't care, and that's why they figure like they're gonna take advantage of you because you're not looking, because they figure like you want to watch sports or whatever, you're not the things that really matter. They figure people don't care,
and people used to doing things a certain way, Robert.
Yes.
That's how my grandmama did it, my great grandmama, and then my husband do it this way. And so this how we do it, because some husbands are just
Stuck in your
so
ways.
stuck in their ways.
What?
And when they come and say, "Honey, I was listening to the Henderson Financial Group on their Facebook page, Understanding Money, and we should do this, and we own a business." And then I don't know nothing about that. We just do it this way. This is the way we've been doing it, and we're gonna stick to it. Don't do that.
Why it's got to be the husband? Wives do that too. The man got an idea, and she talking about, no, I ain't doing it. You got a lot of wives say I ain't doing it. But that's a good point. You cannot be stuck in your way if you want to
cannot.
learn and grow. In order to grow, that means change. Think about that. You can't be stuck in your ways and grow. It's impossible.
Right. That's true.
Can a blade of grass grow and if it be stuck in its ways? No, it grows because you used to wear a size 10. Or your waistline used to be a size 7 in the dress. Now you're 15. Still you. Are you stuck in your ways?
No.
Was that ouch? That hurt?
Yeah, that hurt.
That hurt?
How you gotta go to a woman's dress size?
Well, she used to be a 7 or 6.
We all used to be smaller. The
Yeah.
point is, we can get back. Forgive yourself.
Change
Things
happens.
change. It's okay.
Change happens.
Learn from it. Take advantage of it.
Change is
And
good.
just because you don't know about it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Right.
You just don't know about it.
Right.
So challenge yourself.
It's a lot of
It's
things.
a lot of things out
Think
there.
about how much you
Yeah.
don't know. Think about it. It's so much that you don't know. I don't care how old you. That's what keeps us going. I'm 62 years old. Every year I learn more. Every year I learn more. I'm like, oh my God. I wish. How long they had this out? Oh, it's been out 50 years. What?
So let's get back to Pretty Girl Properties.
Okay. So
Pretty Girl Solo. She's growing. She's
Right.
done great. She's been flipping property. She has stock in that 401k check. She has real estate in that solo 401k check. She played around a little with cryptocurrency, but not a lot,
Yeah.
check. She's loaned other people money
Right.
and charged them, Guido interest rates. And
Right.
They make the payment and it goes right into the
You
all,
can
all
take-
of that's allowable.
you can take your solo 401k and buy a franchise.
She needs to now power down. She's done well for herself.
Okay.
She's now 63, looking like she's 53.
Okay.
And she wants to just be a lady of leisure.
Okay.
And she wants to start taking, as you say,
So you can start taking the money out as much as you want to. She's got to pay ordinary income taxes, no more than Social Security. No more than people get a pension, you pay taxes.
she could put herself on a distribution from her own solo 401k,
Yep.
pay herself $5,000 a month,
Right. Whatever she wants.
whatever she wants.
Right.
And can she still be active in it? She
Of
can
course.
still flip properties in
Of
it.
course.
Does she have to deplete it at a certain age?
No.
She can keep this party going till she 80.
That's right.
Okay.
Till she 100 years old.
Okay.
And then when she dies, she or he, or I don't know, you such a feminist. She can leave it to her beneficiaries.
305-825-1444. We sit and talk like this, and we want to make sure we don't want to talk over anybody's head. We actually sitting here, and I'm asking the questions that I think people are going to ask. You know what I'm saying? It sounds complicated, but you should trust but verify. But doing nothing is not an option. You have to get out there and do something. You got to jump on and again, forgive yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
You
But
know
you
what I
gotta,
mean?
and I want you all to press that on that Facebook share. You got to press that button to share, because a lot of people don't really get this,
Share.
And the people don't understand it. But you give us a call. Let me tell you something. We're never too busy to set up an appointment for you. Okay, we're here every day but Sundays, and we'll walk you through it. We'll talk to you about it, and everything we talk to you about is private. We're fiduciaries, and we honor the HIPAA laws, meaning that whatever we talk to you about, we're not going to tell your cousin, your sister, your brother. It's like clients, lawyer, doctor privileges, okay? And we'll share it with you. We'll tell you. We're very transparent, and we'll tell you exactly how we get paid. But let me tell you something. When we do something, anything we do, we have to give you more in service than we take in pay, to the point where you're like, oh my God, that's all you're going to charge? And the reason why we do that is because we build clientele for a long time. We got clients that have been with us 30 years, man.
And we got the children.
Oh man, since I got clients that just moved from New Jersey to North Carolina, beautiful home. I mean, this guy's been with me since 1984, 1985. I mean, we got a lot of clients. You know, we don't have to worry about, clients leaving and that kind of stuff because we become a family and they can trust us and they know. Plus, they know that, we ain't going to jail for nobody money. You don't write no checks to Henderson Financial Group to make an investment. Now, you'll make it, if we want to charge you a fee, then you write a check to Henderson Financial Group then. But in terms of if we said, listen, we need you to invest in this real estate. I mean, real estate brokers. So we do real estate all over the world. And thinking about real estate, especially if you want to do real estate to sell a 401k. We got clients that buy real estate in Oklahoma, man, and it costs $40,000, and they rent it out for $1,000. That's pretty good. You don't always have to just stay here in South Florida, stay in a area where the values, it costs a lot. Make the world your home. Yeah. If you're the manager, and as long as you get someone who's reputable, who's going to be the property manager, and they don't do you right, get rid of them. I got property all over the country. Look, we got property. We don't just stay. Money is everywhere. So you can find deals everywhere. Okay? So don't be limited. Don't be limited in your thinking. Right. You need to get outside of your square so you can learn, get new friends, get new associates. And that's what it's all about. I don't care how old you are. And like Lynda said, if you're depressed because you feel like you struck out or you lost your job and you have nothing, let me tell you something. That's the way the universe is telling you to start thinking. Because what's between your ears, the creator, man, you guys do not know what you have between your two ears. It is a machine that is out of this world. You just have to put it to use. Most of us are like a car vehicle. Most of us can go 160 miles an hour. And we just matching speed with all of our neighbors and our friends. We going 10 miles an hour, and we call that normal. No, you can do more. You really can.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. It's a huge influence is the people you're around. I often say, you show me your friends, I'll show you your future. When you're ready to forgive yourself and end the pity party, and just say I'm going to go hard, and yes, this has been a challenging year, but this is it. I'm ready. You may have to lose some friends. You know what I mean? You may have to just focus. You may have to go off the radar. You may have to just, girl, where you been? You may have to, you not returning my calls. Nah, I'm serious. I'm about my money. I'm focused. And I don't want to make it seem like, as we're talking and we're talking hard and you could do it. And some people just, oh, God, it's overwhelming. Don't look at it that way.
Why do you think that's so hard? Why do you think that's so hard for me? That was never hard for me.
It was never hard for me, but obviously the fact that only 76%, the fact that 76% of Americans are not prepared for retirement, there's something wrong. So either they are feeling overwhelmed, either they don't know, and so they don't ask. We got to get to the root of the problem. And so I think it's how you look at things. I choose to look at this as a challenge, but bring it on. I choose to look at, you're not going to tell me no. I choose to say no means not right now.
Yeah, you do. You've always been like that.
Yeah, I don't. No. But put your director on the phone. Put the president on the phone.
Yeah, we always
ever on the phone.
Yeah, we always go higher up.
So don't just stop and just, it's just too much. It's not. Look at it as, I don't want to say a game. Is that too?
No, it's a game of life.
It's a game of life.
Give out the telephone number. Aaron just said give our contact number out.
305-825-1444, 305-825-1444. Terry Green said, come on, Miss Lynda, preach. I move in silence. Yeah. Stay focused.
What? My cousin Terry said she move in silence.
That's
what? Aunt Lucille's daughter? Silence, boy. She can talk your head off.
Sometimes don't tell everybody what you're doing and your plans. Share the good information, but you may have to just shake some people. Just I can't right now because you're not about this life. You're not ready yet. But forgive yourself. Move on.
I never had a problem leaving my friends. In terms of going.
Did you feel bad when you had to leave the crew?
Listen, when you 6 years old and 10 years old, and y'all shoot marbles or whatever, you want to have your friends that mean a whole lot. Mm-hmm. But once you become 18, 21 years old, you got to know, man, you on your own. You on your own. Because they'll have you coming down to the pool hall, but when you broke, busted, and disgusted, they ain't getting ready to take care of you.
They'll
Now,
have you cheating on a good woman.
That's right.
They'll have you trying to do that adult peer pressure.
They ain't giving you no money.
They ain't giving you no money.
They'll give you some liquor.
Right. Oh yeah.
They'll give you some
Come on,
drugs.
man, hit this.
That's right.
You got.
Can you know how many people say hit this and get, but they won't say here's some money?
Or here's some knowledge.
Yes.
But they'll say hit this.
Yes. They'll say hit this.
Those are the people you gotta shake.
I got a client that said that
Shake.
he's a good looking guy. He's in entertainment. He said, boy, when he came to me, he said, Rob, he can get any woman he want to, but he can't get the money. He said black, white, and all that, but he couldn't get the money. So he was coming to me because he wanted to straighten up. Entertainment guy.
He can get any girl he want to.
Like they freely give
pretty
you.
boy or
Yeah,
something?
pretty boy.
A pretty boy.
Yeah, nice looking guy.
B2K looking?
Well, that's BJK. It's old. That's
Oh,
old fashioned now,
sorry.
you know.
Damn,
But
boy.
yes, dating yourself.
Oh,
well, at least you ain't say Jackson 5 looking.
Oh, no.
You're really dating yourself. Okay. But yeah, he
But he
says,
couldn't get the money.
he said,
He
man,
was focusing on the wrong thing.
people will give him
Focusing on
drugs.
getting the women.
He said people give him drugs. He said he can go to bed with a woman you know. He said they'll give him a drink, but he couldn't get the money. Because I'm gonna tell you something, the most important things is hard to do. So I've never had a problem saying I'm going this alone. I've never had a problem saying I've never had a problem saying I'm going this alone. Because I know when you go in the bathroom and sit on the toilet, you by yourself. When you chew, you swallow. You can't swallow. They can't taste it.
Yeah.
If you think about it, man, you have got to take care of me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
That's a universal law. It really is. And once you take care of me, myself, and I, and make yourself strong and make yourself where you're knowledgeable, then you can help your family, you can help your community. It's a rippling effect.
Yeah.
I know for a fact, me studying about money, finance, I know it has helped my whole family. It helped, look, right?
Yeah.
Would you be next to me if I was poor, busted, and disgusted?
No.
No. And you know, it was 5 in their family, seven people, 7 girls. I married her sister, Natalie. We've been together for 36 years, okay? 5 girls. I married one of them. The other one say, well, we ain't getting married, but I'm going to hang out with you because I'm going to get this money. The other 3, nah.
I mean, they doing good. You gonna get me in trouble.
Would we have said, hey, come hang out with us? No, we ain't gonna let you. They could have come hung out with us, right?
Yeah.
They made a choice, and they're like, nah, that's y'all.
Yeah.
And now when we fly,
And
we
that's my
go,
point.
we
It's
do.
it's not
a
for
choice.
everybody. It's a choice.
But it's still a choice.
It is.
You
is.
gotta ask, seek, or knock.
And there's a lot of people out there that want to go on this journey with you. Your challenge is finding the right person. Like you mentioned, you and I, Rob, finding the right person, check them out, look, watch them, make sure they're demonstrating.
That's right.
Not just talking that talk.
That's right.
And then say, hey, how can I be down? And most people, when they see you helping yourself, they want to help you.
Yeah, no,
But you got to bring value.
Yes.
Don't just come and be
don't
a,
just
a
take.
brain,
Don't just
brain
take.
sucker and
suck,
take and-
suck,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, just
Like
just
people
drain
call
you.
our office and say, I'm not your client. I got another financial advisor. But can you explain
But I
this to
heard
me?
you say that. Come on. now.
Come on.
Don't do that
Come
to
on.
us.
That's against universal law.
Yeah.
It really is.
But there's a lot of people that are listening to us, Robert, and saying some people need the buddy system. That
What do you
works
mean by
very well for me.
What do you mean buddy system? What do you mean they need the buddy? When it
a
comes to
team,
finance?
your tribe. And they'll, very often people bring their friends with them to their initial appointments because they want to
Yeah, but their friends.
make sure they
but
both
if
hearing
their
the
friend
same
don't
thing.
come back, they don't come back. That's
No,
not.
that's not, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you say a buddy
Sometimes-
system, I think. Listen,
Nothing
Lynda,
wrong with a buddy
but
system.
Lynda,
It's like running things
Lynda,
by long as
think
they're
about-
demonstrating.
a team, a football
Okay.
team.
All right.
It's a team sport, but it's an individual sport because everybody got to do their part and they come together.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I got a hand, but I got 5 different fingers. They're not even the same shape. They're not even the same size. But they're called my hand. But they look at this pinky. You can't do what the thumb do.
Right.
So
right.
yeah, so first you always gotta take care of yourself. You gotta say, no, this is what I gotta do. You can't look. The thumb can't just say, hey, I ain't doing nothing.
Some people are not self-motivators and self-starters, and so they get
Well,
a team
if
together and
they're
they
not-
open it. That's why you hear people saying, let's open a business together. They need the strength of another
Yeah,
person.
but listen, that's different from
Okay.
the hand.
Okay.
Yes, the hand do. Everybody grabbing. Everybody grabbing this phone. Everybody, all fingers. Everybody on deck. But you can't just say, the thumb just can't hang out and say, okay, pick this phone up, and I ain't gonna hang out.
Gotcha.
No, you still got to participate. You don't have to be the same and do the same and bring the same thing to the table, but you do got to be a part. But that's what a team is. A quarterback is totally different from the guy who hiked the ball, and he's so certainly different from the coach. So that's a metaphor, but it is a universal law.
Gotcha.
I'm telling you,
Everybody do their part to make a strong team. Then make all these 5 fingers into a fist.
Listen.
That way you can.
Listen, my wife, your sister, Natalie,
Right.
been together 36 years. Let me tell you something. I remember I started dating her. Every time I got in the car, she locked the door. I'm like, why are you locking the door? She was locking the door before they had self-door lock. You know what I mean?
Oh, when you push it down?
Yeah, she was pushing down. I'm like, well, I just got in here, I mean, she was always an individual person. I like that about her. She had friends, which mostly her family was her friends, but she had outside friends, but she was an independent thinker. She wasn't going to let somebody hold her back. Girlfriends do this and do that. You follow me? So I'm saying you don't always have, listen, if you try to have your friends, when I wanted to go in to be a certified financial planner, I got all my homeboys to go and they said, let's take this course. They said they wasn't doing that. But I knew they was broke. They ain't getting no inheritance. Well, I'm going to listen to them. It was a law of demonstration. I did this and look where I am now and look where they are.
So listen, Joe Witherspoon says, Robert, some people are afraid to move their 401k because they're comparing what percentage their investment company is giving them on their money, and they're afraid that if they move it, they'll lose it. Can you reassure them this is a safe path? Where's that safety net in this?
Okay, now Joe Witherspoon, no, he's a good guy.
I mean, but what?
No, I've been knowing this guy. This guy's a good guy. And plus, since Joe, I'm going to break it down to you in scripture, since you're a man. No. Okay, so Joe, what you basically saying is since he knows about the scripture, so I'm going to break it down to you and use a metaphor.
Okay.
Joe, that's like saying the people that was in Israel, then they were slaves. And they was there with Pharaoh, and they were slaves, the children of Israel. When Moses came and said, let my people go, the people that said that he was going to lead them out, they didn't know could they go to the promised land, but they were slaves. They were safe. They felt like at least they knew that they were slaves and they were going to eat because they were slaves. But they had to have faith. You can't even seek the kingdom. You can't even see God. You can't even see a miracle. You can't even be surprised like, oh my God, if you don't have faith. So you got to believe it always.
Well, when you come to people money, what Joe's saying is, can you assure them that
listen,
this is a safe path?
Joe knows that you can't even see God without faith. You have to believe. And let me tell you something. You have to believe, but you can't be believing like this. The people can't come to my office scared. Scared, you can't come to my office. I've been doing this 37 years. I'm with you. Listen, I ain't had a guaranteed paycheck in 37 years. Some people say, I don't know how I have 5 kids. I got a beautiful life company. I got a payroll. And every day we don't know how much money we gonna make. We like McDonald's. We don't know how many French fries we gonna sell. But McDonald's got 36,000 restaurants all over the country. Do people have to go in there and get burgers? No. But are they doing it? Yes. Think about Amazon. Do people have to? That's all faith. That's all belief. Everybody who are being all they could be deals with faith. Now, I'm not talking about blind faith. I'm not talking about greed. I'm not talking about getting ripped off by scam artists.
We're not talking about have faith and we gonna do June bugs flying sneakers.
We're cryptocurrency or
a certified financial planner with a federal license that's been doing this. Where everybody in here is licensed. Like Robert said, we're not going to jail. We will come up and sit down and make sure you understand everything. And that's important.
And if you have the spirit of fear with you, you can't go. You can't go with us. You can't go. You stay there. The slaves, let me tell you something. In 1865, there was a lot of slaves that got cried and said, no, we don't want to go off this plantation. Pappy, everybody was a slave. I want to stay in your field, massa. And then you have I would have been Nat Turner, okay? I would have been with Harriet Tubman.
I'd have been Harriet.
I would. Where are we going? Give me liberty or give me death. I know I am. I want better.
Yeah.
See, so if you don't have faith, I can't deal with you. Matter of fact, if you don't have faith, don't come here. Now, if you won't guarantee, we have a place. You listen, insurance. Insurance companies got strategies where stuff is guaranteed. Put it in guaranteed fixed annuity, index annuity. We don't do that variable, but we do
So
a whole
you
lot
may
of
not be
stuff.
at the same faith level that we are. We don't want to say don't come. We want to say let us educate you. We can't spend
you
too
ain't
much
gonna worry
time
to
now.
death. You're not. They worried Moses when them children of Israel, when he was leading them out to the promised land. Every time they ran into a little trouble, they're like, "Oh Lord, we should have stayed with Pharaoh. We should have. Why we out here in the desert with you?" And then Moses said, "Lord, please feed these people." And when he fed the people, they go, "Oh Lord, we love you, Moses." And then every time they ran into another hurdle.
market hiccup.
Oh, another market
you to
hiccup.
death.
Oh Lord, we should have stayed back slaves. All your life. I got one client. This guy's so religious.
my
He's
goodness.
Jehovah Witness too. He making so much money. Every time the market go down, he called me. I said, "Man, you the only one calling me." I said, "You remind me."
We call you when it's up.
No. No, he don't call me when it's up. Every time he go down. And he making so much money. He got millions and millions in his account. And I'm like, you a Jehovah Witness and you talking about, come on, man, you got to have some faith. You can't hide behind the religions. You can't. All you got to do is sit back and believe. First of all.
And understand and learn and educate yourself. It's not just,
yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
All right. Joe said what? Awesome answer.
Awesome answer. Fear will paralyze you. Faith lives in everyone that's willing to live.
There's so many people. Listen, there's so many people that been with that man or that woman. They know they should have been gone, but they look at the finance. They say they can't go. Matter of fact, they're living in separate rooms.
Yeah.
That's fear. And what you do when you have fear on you, you're blocking your blessings. The universe, the miracle, the invisible, can't come and help you if you don't believe.
Right.
You got to believe.
Yeah, I've always
Look at the
ran
Wizard of
off the
Oz.
plantation.
Right?
Mhm.
You've always?
I've always. I mean, marriages.
man.
Even though they were financially secure, I had to go.
Yeah. Oh man, we got to go, man. Oh my God, it's 9:02.
What?
Hey, you listen, y'all stay tuned. Hyacinth, my daughter, she's out. Okay, so Tavares, I'm gonna fill in for her with Tavares. And you know what we're gonna talk about?
What you gonna talk about?
Controlling your destiny, because I think a lot of people don't understand
Then
this
it's
concept.
not called destiny if you're controlling it.
No, listening. Well, listening.
I gotta listen to this show.
Right. We want to break down manufacturing. What is a manufacturing? Because most people of color, we are consumers. But who, before we consume it, who making the money?
Right.
The retailer? Well, who making the money from the retailer?
Okay.
The wholesaler? Well, who making the money from the wholesaler?
Mm-hmm.
The distributor? Well, who making the money from the distributor? The manufacturer. Black people, we need to get more into manufacturing, man. That's where it's all at. So stay tuned, 9:15.
Okay.
Tavares and I, we're going to talk about this whole concept and the money change.
Love it.
Change your mind, change your world.
Give us a call, 305-825-1444, and stay tuned. Just ride out with us Saturday.
That's right. And that's right. And James T at 10:30 to 11:30. Be here, be square. We're going to recap, and we're going to talk about a whole lot more. Love you. Same time, same station. Next time. Make sure you share and hit that button. Don't hit that button so your friends get in on this.
Share on your Facebook page. Hit that button.
Gotta go.
All
Love
right.
you.